Hello, I'm Mike. How you doing? This is the channel where we love all movies, all genres, and all formats of physical media. So if that's all right with you, welcome. So to start out today with all the things I want to spotlight, there's not a lot. I have been trying to be good. I've been trying to pay off some things. So it's been a little while since the last update, and there's not a proportionate amount of items to show for that, but let's take a look. So, beginning with Vinegar Syndrome and partnered labels, I only have two from the partners. First one from Saturn's Core, Mom and Pop, the indie video store boom of the 80s, 90s. I love any kind of video store documentary, any kind of documentary showcasing the good old days. So picked this up, watched it. It was pretty good. Saturn's Core. And from Canadian International Pictures, The Great Land of Small, another one of the Canadian kids movies that are a little crazy, like Peanut Butter Solution, the Christmas Martian, etc. Those style of films. And this one I got specifically to upgrade this old VHS. I've still been working on upgrading lots of full screen DVDs that are still in my collection. There's more to go as I keep digging through the collection systematically, weeding them out. But there's a few of those upgrades in this video, including these two from Olive, starting with the big combo. The disc I had was full screen, and this is technically 178 to 1 anamorphic, so that is what I needed. The other is one that I actually didn't need to get, Blackwoods. The DVD that I have says that it is full screen, but technically it's not. I mean, they take the widescreen image and put it in the center of your screen, but it's all there. I did a comparison, it's still there. So technically I didn't need this because the print is not any better. So I didn't really gain anything other than the fact that I don't have to zoom in on the other one. So anyway, but I got this regardless. Speaking of DVDs I didn't really need to get, I don't even know if I ordered this before or after Vinegar Syndrome announced the Blu-ray of it in their new Homegrown Horrors box set, but to upgrade a VHS that I'm keeping, I went ahead and bought Revenge, the sequel to Blood Cult from VCI. So technically, I could have waited if I either knew or realized that it's going to be in the Blu-ray set that I've already ordered, but oh well. Moving over to Marvel, I picked up the two new television series steelbooks, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Moon Knight, and Marvel adjacent, Marvel multiverse adjacent, we have Madam Web, which, while not, the absolute greatest movie, is not bad enough to warrant all of the hatred that was thrown at it. I actually don't think many movies are worth all the hatred that are given if people generally don't like them. This was not terrible. I mean, it had flaws, but it was not, such an utter travesty that some people said. Oh well, what do you do? Um, from Dark Force, double feature, Smokey and the Judge and Alien Thunder. I got this because of Alien Thunder, because the DVD I have is full screen and this is not. So, upgrading that. One that I wanted to get for a long time from the MVD collection, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, to upgrade a VHS that I'm actually keeping because it has a different cut that is apparently only available on that VHS. So, okay. But I did get this finally. Upgrading a full screen DVD from a Mill Creek 50 pack from Scream Factory, Dead Time Stories. Upgrading a full screen DVD from the Vestron collection, Gothic. Kino Lorber. Got 3 items here. Of course, the new film noir box set, The Dark Side of Cinema, number 18. This one having City of Shadows, Crash Out, and Fingerman. And here's the individual discs. This one in particular, I can upgrade this VHS now. So, the latest in that series. Upgrading a full screen DVD, or in this case, at least getting the alternate ratio, because I think this may have been released in 137:1 and 166:1. But anyway, getting the wider 166:1 here, Beachhead. So I'm going to keep my other DVD because, well, I think it has some special features, but it also is possibly considered an alternate ratio. And upgrading another full screen DVD in kind of the same way is the film The Bigamist on DVD. Got one from Warner Archive, The Betsy, to upgrade this full screen DVD that I can get rid of. Got one of the old Twilight Time Blu-rays of a movie that I was interested in watching, and I still have to do so, but The Incident. And I really like that cover, but the movie sounds interesting, and I want to give it a watch. And the final thing to show is a Severin release from recent times, not that long ago, but it's not one of the new ones. The Dungeon of Andy Milligan. Wasn't gonna get this. You know, Andy Milligan, of course, cult filmmaker, but you know, when it comes down to picking and choosing what I need to buy or what I can afford to buy, this was not on the list. But I realized that it not only upgraded 2 or 3 full-screen DVDs, but it also upgrades this VHS of an obscure film that he worked on, Toga Party, which is included here as actually a special feature, I believe. And so this is probably the only place I could have upgraded that VHS. So, put all that together, and I finally said, yeah, I'll get this. So, here it is. But yeah, that's all the things to highlight here at the beginning. Here's everything else I picked up. Got some DVDs at Goodwill. These 2 upgrading VHS. Got this DVD, this French DVD, to upgrade a full screen DVD I had of this movie from a different country. From Goodwill. and from a thrift store. Did find one Kino Lorber Studio Classics at the thrift store. And so some VHS to be deleted. Went to another Goodwill. Got some DVDs. And a few more VHS for deletion. From Amazon. I picked this up because this movie was filmed around where I live, and I was curious to see what I might recognize. Got these from eBay to upgrade full screen DVDs for Tender Scoundrel, and in this case, Day of the Wolves. Another Goodwill. Some more DVDs. These two will upgrade these VHS. From an antique mall. Got some DVDs from Goodwill, including, here's one, here's the other, Warner Archive editions. And these will upgrade these 4 VHS. Free with Disney reward points. And this will upgrade this VHS. From eBay. From an antique mall. I got these items. And that allows these VHS to be deleted. From Goodwill. And these two will upgrade these VHS. And from a thrift store. This one from Sandpiper Pictures, which is apparently what became of Olive. All of the text on the disc looks exactly like Olive did. So, anyway, good find. From an antique mall. And from Sloppy Second Sales. From Goodwill. Yeah, a lot of movies. Somebody got rid of a lot of Christmas movies. Pretty much all of them were new and sealed, but of course I unsealed them because you can't watch them if they're sealed. And there's a few others that are in here too, but yeah, here's what I got. And a lot of these are made for TV movies, Hallmark, Lifetime, that kind of thing. But if it's a movie, I buy it. And Hallmark, Lifetime, Christmas movies, to me they're like B movies for people who can watch drama. They are very cookie cutter, Christmas pun intended, but that's okay. It's all about what will you do with the formula. Just like any other genre. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But it's all film, and I want it all. So, yeah. Lots of Christmas movies. So these VHS can be deleted. From a thrift store. And from a Goodwill. And these two VHS will then be deleted. Okay, for this episode's trip to the Pantheon, my list of favorite films of all time, I have two that I was introduced to in school. High school, college, or actually both. Two movies that I first saw in a classroom that became favorites. And they're both from the 60s, which is weird, especially because the 60s is not one of my go-to decades. But the first one is a Roger Corman film, Fall of the House of Usher, from 1960. And this is, of course, one of Corman's great Poe adaptations, Edgar Allan Poe, that is, with Vincent Price. So this was one of my first Vincent Price in a movie viewings. And this was first shown to me, I believe, in high school. And it was later shown to me again in college. And, enjoyed it. It became like my introduction to gothic horror. The scary, doomed house with the creepy resident, coffins in the basement kind of thing, where something is just not right, and the people in the house are just not right. And you have Mark Damon, Myrna Fahey as this couple. Vincent Price is Roderick Usher, the uncle who tries to control everything. And it's just a great story. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it. If not, this is a great way to experience the story because it's creepy, it's gothic, it's haunting, it's strange, and so this is kind of just a natural classic for me because of how it was introduced and how it's been presented through my life. So this here is the MGM Midnight Movies disc that I've had for a long time. So yeah, Fall of the House of Usher, the Corman version, good stuff. Next is another literary adaptation, this time from Herman Melville. And it is Billy Budd. This film is produced and directed by Peter Ustinov, and he's also in the movie. Also starring Robert Ryan and Terrence Stamp, Melvyn Douglas. This is from 1962. This is a movie set on a sailing ship, and I first saw this perhaps also in high school, but definitely in college. And I feel like I also was shown it more than once. I really found myself enjoying, first of all, the adventure on a sailing ship. And I don't know if it was because of this movie or not, but I eventually equated one of the reasons for liking adventures on sailing ships. I equated that to my love of Star Trek, because you basically have the same thing, just in space. You have a captain of a ship, and you have people who have to do what he says, and they navigate, and they explore, and they do whatever. But yeah, so this kind of ignited a lifelong enjoyment of sailing movies. Master and Commander, and all those other movies that take place on a ship, usually with some kind of mutiny. Perhaps one of the many versions of Mutiny on the Bounty, for example. But this one is about this young sailor, Billy Budd, who finds himself in a bad situation, and he's persecuted through the movie. Robert Ryan plays a really nasty dude who just has it out for him. And you have this allegorical kind of ending to the movie. I won't give it away with Billy Budd. But it's a fantastic movie. Billy Budd, played by Terrence Stamp, which at some point in my life where that kind of struck me, that it was the same guy who played in, the bad guy in Superman. That just tripped my mind at one point. But yeah, this is a great film, and highly recommended. This is the Warner Archive Blu-ray that I bought as soon as they put it out because, love the movie. So yeah, anyway, Billy Budd. For the bookshelf, this time around I have two to show you, two recent acquisitions. One of them is very special. I'll save that for last. First of all, I was in the mood to watch some Italian sword and sandal movies. Your Hercules, your Samson, all those kind. The Peplum. And I went looking for a good guidebook, and I bought one. I found a few, but I only bought one so far. Heroes Never Die by Barry Atkinson. This is published by Midnight Marquee Press, which also published the volumes about giallo films. But yeah, this is kind of pretty much what I was looking for. The Italian Peplum phenomenon, 1950 to 1967. Capsule reviews, of course, but it goes into great detail. It does sections based on the different characters, but it is pretty much a great go-to guidebook if you're interested in watching these kind of films. This would be pretty much what you could sit down with and just go movie by movie if that's what you feel like doing. But yeah, really enjoyed this. Well, not that I've read it, but I really enjoyed getting this, and am looking forward to digging in. It's just how much how much more time can I squeeze out of life? I just don't know, to watch all the movies out there. But anyway, this will help me on the journey when I feel like some sword and sandal. The other book, this one I've been waiting for. The Sweetest Taboo, an unapologetic guide to child kills in film, written by Erica Schultz, with an intro by Zach Carlson. This is a nice, hefty color volume, also with little capsule reviews, all about movies in which children are killed in one way or the other. And it is sectioned by chapter of what types of ways that they die in the films. For example, caution, sharp edges. My personal favorite, whoopsie, which is accidents. So this book existing is amazing enough, and having it is amazing enough. But I am so happy to have been someone who contributed to the crowdfunding to get this made. So I did receive signed and numbered edition. There's another packet of goodies that I have around here somewhere that was included with it. And best of all, a list of project supporters. There I am. So, super amazingly happy with this, and I super amazingly recommend this. This is a great movie guide on a particular subject, and since I have quite a dark sense of humor, I got quite a chuckle when I saw this being introduced as a thing and said, yep, I gotta back that. So I encourage everyone to grab a copy of this right away. So, Sweetest Taboo, there you go. And with that, another episode comes to a close. So until next time, everyone, enjoy your movies.